How much is...
You need to fuck me every night. Moves for Atlanta. And how I moves for Atlanta.
Now that I am in my 30s, I am trying to find a husband.
He gonna marry you when he wanna marry you. 10 years? Still. It don't matter. Bye.
The outpour that I'm getting from y'all, it is making me so emotional. Like, this...
I didn't lose my virginity to a guy until I moved to him and asked him. Fuck that.
Whenever I needed them, I'm so thankful for them. Like, you are a liar. How did you, because you have a collective of girls that are all your friends from Memphis. I think it's EJ, Josh. Who else is from Memphis? But it's a bunch of y'all.
EJ, Josh, Willa. I'm trying to think of who's out here. It's a few.
The one that be with Spider.
Oh yeah, Sean. Yes, Sean. That's actually my sister Dakota. That's her ex-boyfriend.
Really?
Well, ex-fiance, because he did propose marriage to her. A lot of people don't know that. He was so young. He was so young. This was like 6 years ago.
And all y'all knew each other back home. How did you meet all of them?
Through Dakota. I mean, everybody through Dakota. Dakota introduced me to the scene through everybody. That's how I developed my friendship with Willa. Well, me and Willa had our own separate friendship outside of it prior to her becoming Willa. So yeah,
How did you meet DeJour?
Through my friend Cord. Dejan and Cord, they're not speaking at the moment.
Clock that. If you watched the episode with DeJour, I asked her how did she meet you. She was like, oh, through somebody in Memphis. She was like, we're no longer talking.
Yeah, it was a little incident. They had their own little incident or whatever. It's something petty, minor. It could have been talked about, but they'll talk about it.
So did all y'all migrate to Atlanta around the same time?
No. One of my friends, Bill, came. And then shortly after Bill moved, I moved. Me and Willa technically was supposed to move to Atlanta together. But Willa didn't want to leave Memphis at that time because her grandmother was going through some medical issues, all of that. So I said, well, I'm just go ahead and go. So I ended up moving, and then...
How long have you been in Atlanta?
Maybe 8 years and about a week and a half.
And what just made y'all choose Atlanta?
Well, I always said when I was a child, like Memphis, it wasn't big enough for me. I had dreams of start acting. I had dreams of start modeling. Like I knew that Memphis, it just wasn't for me. Like, it's home, but that's not the city that I'm not. Like I'm going to die in a big city. Atlanta is my home. Like it's it.
I feel the same way. Well, I'm from a huge city, but when I was in Chicago, growing up, I was just like, I got to get the hell out of here because Chicago is ghetto and it's dangerous.
Chicago is a bigger Memphis.
Baby, I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. I knew I wasn't staying. And at first, when I used to first move, my mother would be like, because I lived in DC for a short period of time. I lived in New York and I lived in Atlanta twice. This is actually my second go round. And my mother used to always be like, she wanted me to come home so bad, just come home. And to this day, if I tell my mother I want to come home right now, she would tell me, come move in her house. She wouldn't want me to pay no rent. But now my mother would be like, do not come back here. My mom would be like, do not come back here.
Yeah, it's nothing home. What are you going home for? My mom said the same thing. Like, I don't give a fuck what you go through. Sleep in your car. You're not bringing your ass back home.
Yes.
And I would literally sleep in my car under a fucking bridge with the homeless people.
I said the same thing. I said, bitch. I said, for me to go back to Chicago, I said, I will have to go back to Chicago. Like, it has to be
literally, my grandma's sick, my mama's sick, my little sister, like, I got to go back home to get her back and forth from school. Like, that's the only way. And I still wouldn't even fully move back home. I still keep my house here. Like, no, I cannot go back. No.
Relationship statuses. Are you in a relationship?
At this moment, I would put a question mark by it. Um, yes, I'm very private. I can't believe I'm even talking about this.
Y'all got this bitch talking.
I've been with somebody for 7.5 years.
And that's a very, very long time to be with somebody. And there's ebbs and flows.
Especially in the game.
Yes. By that time, it's like
heard of. Like I went to a bar recently and I was having a conversation with this guy and he was just asking me about that and because he just recently got out of a teen relationship. And
oh my God.
I told him I've been with somebody for 7.5 years, but separated but not separated. Like we're still living together, but we're just separated.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship is just on pause because we both have stuff going on. But he was like, "Y'all been together for 7.5 years." He was like, "Damn,
that's a very long time in the gay scene."
It's a very long time. Like it's a very long time, seriously. So yeah,
I want that one day.
I put a big question mark by it. I mean, technically, I am single by law.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so you're married and single.
Yeah.
Do you want the relationship? Like, are you hopeful that it will work?
Of course, I'm always hopeful. You've been with somebody for so long. Why wouldn't you want it to work?
Mm-hmm.
But if it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. You will always be my family.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping that
at that point, yeah, 7 years is a long time.
Yeah,
I think you also have to take account with that too. You are not the same person.
Yeah,
and y'all have to be. Yeah, y'all have to. I think when you are with somebody that long, y'all fall out of love because y'all change. It's not the person you met, and you gotta fall in love. You got the new person.
Yes, and that is the reason why. I think that is one of the reasons why we're just separated because we're not the same anymore. He's changing. I'm changing. Like my life has changed so much in the past 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like his has changed so much. Like it's just it's a lot. A relationship is it's just like a full-time job.
It is, and I pat you on the back for even trying. Moving forward,
yes.
Do you want children?
Yes and no.
I do not want no damn kids. If I have a husband, I'm open to the conversation, seeing what it's like. But I'm also 30 now.
I'm willing to be a parent without having a husband.
Children are a lot. I don't want to fuck up nobody's life.
They're a lot.
When I look at back,
you're not gonna fuck up their life, and that is the thing that I go back and forth on because I have a lot of my dad in me, and I also have a lot of my mom in me from prior to my mom maturing into the grown woman that she is now. I have a fear of being too hard because I'm very hard. Like I'm soft, I'm very sweet. Like I can shirt my back, but I'm also very, very hard. Like I don't go for no bullshit. It's like I go from 0 to 100 like this. Like you're not gonna play no games, and I think that's why I'm afraid of having kids because I don't want to spill that. I don't want to pass that trauma down to my kids. I don't.
I think with me, growing up was so difficult, especially like when you were a teenager, you feel like the sky's falling. Like to you, everything is just messed up. And I just remember growing up, I was so angry all the time. I was so jaded. I was so angry. And I feel like the things that I was going through that I was angry about, a lot of them, I feel like a situation was placed on me. And as a child, I knew I didn't like the situation. And when I would express myself to my mother, while she would let me express it to her, I didn't feel like she was willing to change the things that I was telling her about. And that's like a thing me and her still talk about to this day. My mama apologized to me, and she's just different because I say I'm the only child now, but my mother has a 4-year-old. I say that because
your mom has
a 4-year-old. That's why I be forgetting sometimes because my little sister was so young.
4-year-old sibling?
Yes, it was a miracle baby. It was a miracle baby. My grandmother died, and my mother found out she was pregnant the same week my grandmother died. So
Bitch, you're almost 30 years older.
I am 30. Yeah, almost 30. Yeah. And my mother was already going through menopause, so that's why it was like a miracle baby. She feel like God gave her a baby because He took her mother. But she apologizes to me now. She called me and she cries a lot because she's a way better mother to my little sister. than she was to me. And I just think
That's-
about all of
that's
those.
me and my mom.
I think about all of those things that could have been changed that I was telling her about that she just selfishly didn't. She just selfishly didn't, and I don't want a child to feel how I felt. And sometimes it's inedible because there's no guide to how to be a parent. Going back to your relationship, do you think you love him enough to where y'all can have a conversation one day if this was to happen, and you just let him go and you watch him date somebody else?
I'm getting to that space.
Wow.
Because it's hard. You have to understand when you've been with somebody for so many years, like so long, like this is like I always tell people, like no matter what, this is my family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also very overprotective over him. Like it ain't just because we in the no bitch, you're not gonna play with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is my family. But
I love that for her.
it's hard when you've been with somebody just watching them love the next person, all that hard work that you put in, bitch, all this good. I done trained your ass how to properly love, and you gonna love another bitch the way I've been begging you to love. Oh no, bitch. Another part of me want to be like, bitch, I'm gonna kill you and a bitch. Mm-hmm. But seriously, no. I am into that point. Like, I think I don't want to say that I am fully 100%, but I'm getting to that point. It's like, if it's obviously not working, like, then yes, we're not gonna waste each other's time. Like,
do you drink wine with your mama?
Yes.
How? Cause this bitch loves Chardonnay.
I've been drinking wine since I was 17 years old.
Really?
Yes.
Bitch, you was rebellious.
Bitch, listen. When I got my first car, like my mom she was like growing up, like she was very, very like I was sheltered. Mm-hmm. I didn't go anywhere. Like, and I didn't give a fuck because I was the only child. Like I used to have toys, movies, DVDs. I had everything growing up, literally everything. So I didn't care about really going nowhere or whatever the case is. That's why I feel like I'm so outgoing and be ready to go outside now because I was sheltered as a child. But yeah,
bitch, I want shelter and I still like going out. I go out, so I have FOMO. You know what FOMO is?
What the fuck is that?
FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out. That's why I go outside so much.
I think that's kind of like how I am. Because it's like, sometimes I be like, bitch, you could have stayed home because this ain't shit.
And sometimes I be outside and I be like, girl, I really could have sat in the house.
Damn, like, fuck it. I'm still kind of enjoying myself. Mm-hmm. Bitch, you know you could have stayed home.
You know what else I'm the type of person too, as much hell as I am going through right now, and I really believe this, and I want everybody else to believe this. Because people ask me like, why do you go outside so much? I could die tomorrow.
Yes.
And if I could die tomorrow and I could share my thoughts from death, I had a good ass life. Like I have a good time.
You were.
Yes, like bitch. I'm gonna be able to say I've had so many memories. I've traveled a lot. I've had a lot of sex. I've been to a lot of parties.
It's a lot of.
I've had some great friendships.
Oh my god.
I've had some great friendships. Like if I was to die tomorrow, people gonna be like, that bitch Pep lived her life. And so bitch, yes, I go to fuck outside.
Oh my god.
No shade. Next point we moving to. You not wanting to celebrate your birthday. Why did you not want to celebrate your birthday?
I'm a Libra. We're always like that.
Really? No, because bitch Corey a Libra and that bitch loves celebrating her birthday.
Well, Corey is a different type of Libra than me. That bitch is, I don't know. I love Corey there, baby. We are a lot like as far as characteristics.
Libras are sneaky.
But however, we are very different. But no, I just didn't want to celebrate because I have so much stuff going on personally, and the end of really this, I would say like the last 6 months of this year, even though we haven't made it to December yet, but it's been very hard for me. It's been very rough. So therefore, I was like, I don't really give a fuck. I don't care to do anything. And I'm just like, whatever. Like, bitch, I'm almost 30 years old. I will celebrate when I turn 30, when I become a millionaire. So yeah.
And actually celebrated. How did you feel?
I felt good. Of course, I felt good because I was around everybody I love. That's why I got so emotional at the party. Mm-hmm. Although I knew about my fucking surprise party because you have two people that ruined it.
I was one of the people. I was one of the people. Let me give y'all a rundown.
No, because bitch, we were in the car,
And this
and
bitch,
I was with one of my friends, and I was like, we're gonna go to St. Regis tomorrow for brunch. We're gonna set the bar.
no, you didn't say brunch.
Yes,
you
I
just
did.
said
I
tomorrow.
said we're gonna go early because we're
no, you did not say
yes,
that.
I did.
You just said
And
tomorrow.
no, bitch, you cannot go out. I'm like, yeah, what are you talking? Like, I can't. We're going early. Girl, no.
That bitch didn't say early. Bitch didn't say early. Why would you say something?
You were scared that I was going to miss my own party.
I was scared that, but if that bitch would have said early, I wouldn't have said nothing.
But Pep, you still did not have to say anything.
I want the
because
first
you could have
person
just simply just said, "Hey, bitch, I want you to come here. It's so and so. Like y'all know how to juice some shit up. Y'all know I'm gonna come to a house party. If y'all,
I wasn't the first one though. I wasn't the first person to tell it, but I only told because I didn't want
you
this bitch to
blatantly
miss
said
out.
it. Like, why would you do that?
I didn't want this bitch to miss out.
Like, I can't even really pretend. Like, it's like, goddamn.
It's the thought that counts.
Yes, and I'm very grateful, but like, bitch, why you didn't have to do that?
Okay, moving forward, you are a business owner. Tell them about your business. Entrepreneur.
Yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a lash
Get your building ready.
aka a lash artist.
Okay.
In Atlanta, I've been doing lashes I started playing around with it in 2019 before the pandemic, but full time 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So since 2020, so about 4.5 years. Yeah. I'm currently about to open a salon.
Where's it gonna be?
It's gonna be located in Buckhead.
Ooh, that's expensive.
So yeah, stay tuned. It's not expensive. I mean, the renovations is expensive, but yes.
Do you have an ETA on when people can expect to walk in?
No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I don't. It's soon. Coming soon.
How did you know you wanted to do lashes?
I didn't. I came out here for acting, modeling, real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Real estate was really what brought me out here because I'm so in love with real estate. I love houses. Like, whenever I'm feeling sad, I go look at houses. I go to the Buckhead, the governor's mansion neighborhood in Buckhead.
Technically, when you do that, it's so crazy because it was this boy that was trying to talk to me, and he a real estate agent or a realtor or a broker or something like that, whatever he does. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, he was like, what do you want to do for a date? I said, take me to look at a house. Yeah. I said, I just want to see a house.
I love it.
And I want to, that's the type of man I want to date, bitch. We ain't even got about a house. I want to do stuff like that.
Because people don't understand. When you have visions in your brain, Steve Harvey said this, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen this video of Steve Harvey. He was talking to his audience in one of his shows. He said, when you have visions in your brain of you driving an expensive car, when you have visions in your brain of you having multiple children, you have a wife or a husband, you live in a big house, that is God speaking to you. Mm-hmm. So you going to look at that house and you come and tell yourself, like, I'm going to be rich. Like, you're manifesting the life that you want. So that's what I do. When I go and look at those neighborhoods, I don't post all the time. When you do that,
you need to text me.
Yeah, but I don't post when I look at the house because I don't need no bitch praying on my downfall. Yeah. Like, no. Because, bitch, words are very powerful. And, bitch, the devil is, he a busy motherfucker. So, yeah, that's my way of manifesting the life that I want. And I'm going to have it.
I love that. You like that. I love that for you.
So, yeah.
Okay, going back into your business, LashedBy 1016. How did we get to where you are now, to where you are able to renovate a studio and move into that studio? Like, cause you used to rent out a salon, right, or a suite?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have.
So how did we get to this point?
My mentor.
Mm-hmm. Who's your mentor?
Okay. Her name is Amelia Johnson. She owns LashedBy, the #1 supply store.
I heard of that
in Atlanta. Like, top notch. Code, a whole supply store, like a beauty supply store. Mm-hmm. So that's my mentor. I worked up under her for like maybe 3 years. And one day I never told her this, but me and her, we be so in tune with each other. I know when my intuition tells me everything. I know when it's time for me to go. Mm-hmm. So one day she just told me, she was like, it's time for you to fly. It's time for you to fly. It's time for you to go. You gotta get out the nest. Like, she had that motherly big sister conversation with me. Mm-hmm. And she was like, you got to spread your wings because I've taught you every single thing that I know. And she said, I'm very grateful for you, for sticking around and being loyal to me, but you got to spread your own wings because you have so much more to offer. And it hurt my feelings a little bit because I'm like, oh my God,
You feel like she was pushing you off?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew it was coming from a great place. It was coming from a great place. And not saying it like she blatantly hurt my feelings like that. Like
I get it.
But I was like, damn. Oh wait, bitch, it is time for me to go. Like, she was like, you need to elevate your business. Like, you want to do supplies, like you can't just strictly do lashes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You need. She said, I allowed you to be your own entity up under me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's time for you to elevate. What else are you going to do? It's the only motherfucker that I trust with my life when it comes to my business, career, like just anything. The girl has told me the game, period. So I'm gonna open up my own shit. And everything that she's taught me, I'm going to apply that. And I'm gonna do the best that I can. If it fails, it fails. I'm gonna get up and try again like I always do. But yeah, that's how I got to where I am now. Her. And of course, my mother. I'm sorry. My mother has supported me since day one. And to be honest with you, I feel like 1016 Studios would have died a while ago had it not been for my mother.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to you, mom. 2021 is when my career actually really jumped off. Because that was when I started like doing celebrities and all of that.
Who have you done?
I've done Glorilla. I've done Alexis Sky.
Go ahead. Talk your shit.
Sierra Glam Shop, which y'all already know who Sierra Glam Shop is.
That's what does your look like.
Yes. Who else have I done? Shit. It's been quite a few days. I've worked with Shirley, one of Erica Tae's best friends, Vicky Cobb, that's also one of Erica Tae's best friends. They're like I've done a lot of the Instagram It Girls in Atlanta. Yeah.
What is like your vision like long term? Like where do you plan to take LashedBy 1016?
I feel like 1016 Studios, it is my stepping stone for retirement. By the time I turn 30, I feel like I don't necessarily want to be done with doing lashes, but I want to.
Bitch, you're 27 now.
28.
28, girl.
But you have to understand when you're in the beauty industry for a long time, people don't understand that there's like it's like a life expectancy. That's why a lot of hairstylists that are older, a lot of them struggle because they can't keep up with all the trends. A lot of people don't understand that, but a lot of people in the beauty industry, they understand. But once you get to a certain point, it's like I leave celebrities. I don't need it. Like I don't sell supplies. I don't do none of that. I don't touch celebrities. Like
why don't you sell supplies?
It wasn't something I wanted to do. It wasn't, but I feel like maybe once I open the salon space, maybe I'll get to that point. But my long-term goal is owning multiple salon spaces, real estate, owning multiple properties, Airbnbs. Passive income is what I want to do. I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, I don't want to do any more clients. I don't want to do any. That's my long-term goal. I want to be able to get up every single day. It's like, oh, bitch, I ain't got no client. I got so in my bank account. I'm gonna do Pilates.
Right.
Let me go to St. Regis and go have lunch.
Right.
Let me do that. I want to live my life like an old white woman, like Kris Jenner.
I want to touch the subject of your father and your stepfather.
My stepdad ain't going nowhere. He go forever. I don't give a fuck. My mom can marry somebody tomorrow. My stepdad ain't going nowhere. It's family.
How was your relationship with him?
It was good. We had our moments where it was rocky. But my stepdad, that's my daddy. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Mm-hmm.
No, he wasn't perfect. He was a street nigga. Of course, he was a provider. Street nigga. When you got a street nigga as a dad or stepdad, like, bitch, they're not gonna always be around. They get money.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, they come home like they get money. Bitch, I ain't got time for all the emotional shit out being there doing this. Like, bitch, I ain't got time for that. Like,
do you still communicate with him?
yes.
Do you still communicate with your real dad?
No.
You don't.
No.
How was it? How did that relationship
My
sour?
dad is a piece of shit. He's an evil, dirty bastard. Love him to death. Love him. That's still my daddy. You only get one mom and one daddy. Well, to a certain extent, that's not true because I have somebody that's not even biologically my daddy. And that's my daddy. Like with my daddy said that they were drug dealers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my stepdad is very well known. Like I can give you his name and you can Google him. Bitch, it's gonna be several articles come up, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want this. I don't want questions. I don't want all that. Like, but my dad, like, my dad was very evil.
Mm-hmm.
Great provider, but my dad, he did a lot of shit to a lot of people that he's paying for today, and he doesn't even realize that he's paying for it. My dad, he was. I honestly feel like he treated me horribly because he was still in love with my mom. My mom didn't want him.
Mm-hmm.
My mom went on and moved on. I said that, so that was reason number one. Number two, he tried to disguise it as, oh, my child is gay, he's this, he's that. It's not because I'm gay. It's not because you still love. It's because you're still in my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And she don't want your black ass. There's no excuse for you not being a dad.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my life would have been much better had you been a dad. My mom has always been a kept woman. My dad and my stepdad were millionaires.
Bitch, I wish my mama was a kept woman.
Literally. So I think I kind of get that trait a little bit from wrong because my guy is 10 years older than me.
Oh, I didn't know Jeff was that. I'm sorry.
Bitch.
I didn't know he was that old.
Oh my God.
Well, do you have any other things you want to cover before we let the audience go?
Any other things? No.
Let the people know where they can follow you at. On your business page and your regular page.
You can follow me at LashedBy1016 on Instagram. I'm not giving you my Facebook because yeah. LashedBy1016 on Instagram. Eventually it's gonna be 1016 Studios when I open up my salon space. So yeah, just stay tuned.
Well, there you have it. This was another installment of Pep Talk with your host, Pepper Braxton. Thank you for tuning in.